Well, it's brilliant to have Nicola Currie joining the SBK team. Hi, Nicola. Thank you for joining me today, and great to have you on board as part of SBK and what's been such an exciting season for you. And we're kind of midway through, but only a couple of weeks after that, just brilliant, fantastic day at Ascot. Can you just take us through what that day was like and winning the silver saddle and taking it home for the girls as well?
Yeah, look, it's fantastic to be teaming up with SBK, and let's hope we can have plenty of winners together. Obviously Ascot was a fantastic day. I was very glad to have been able to wear the SBK logo on that day for the first time. It was brilliant. Winners or no winners, it was a really good fun day, and it was nice to be part of a team and the girls. But look, to come away with a double. Two nice horses I was very lucky to ride, and to win for the girls was just unbelievable, and to get the silver saddle my first time competing in it. I'd hopefully be asked to do it again. It was great fun.
Yeah, and for a jockey like you, you get the opportunity to ride the Shergar Cup, but it also means that you get on horses that you might not have normally be associated with, and for trainers that you might not have worked with before. That's a really nice opportunity, isn't it? So the concept's great for someone like you.
It really is. It really is. Like, as you say, I rode for people I'd never ridden for before and horses I'd never ridden. So hopefully it will encourage a few more doors to open.
Yeah, and like pretty serious rides as well, and some like horses going places. So from the ride that you gave State of Bliss, you team up with Mark Johnson, fellow Scot, who's got some exceptional horses, and now you're 2 from 2. So did that link and that win, did that give you the kind of conversation you needed to say, like, look, I can give you rides down south or wherever it might be?
100%, yeah. That was very good to open that door. Obviously, 2 fellow Scots, I did remind him of that. So I think, Scots have to stick together. Yeah. And as I say, I managed to pick up a winner for him at Bath the other day, which was really good. So we're currently on 100% strike rate. So we'll see, hopefully continue that. But look, it's been fantastic to pick up some rides for Mr. Johnson. Obviously he's very, very successful trainer with a lot of nice horses. So hopefully, keep the ball rolling there.
And you at the moment, where do you base yourself? Are you based in Lambourn, but you can go all around the country? I know that you've been with George Bowie and going up to Newmarket. How does your week plan out in terms of where do you ride out, and where do you get yourself to?
So all over the place, really. I'm based in Lambourn, but what I'll do, I ride out for George Bowie Newmarket twice a week. And obviously if there's anyone else I can ride out while I'm there, I will do so. And I ride out for as many people in Lambourn as I can. To be honest, I work around racing. So kind of where I'm going to be racing that day, I'll try and ride out near that area. Yeah. Right, that's kind of how they work. I just have to work around. I can never really plan the week, unfortunately, but just go where I can.
And you partnered up with a new agent this year, is that right?
That's right. I've joined Gavin Horn, who obviously looks after O'Shane Murphy and Kieran Fallon. That was a really good to get with him. I think I can hopefully, get on a few rides that maybe O'Shane or Kieran can't. They're obviously having a great season as well. So we're a good team. So hopefully long may that continue as well.
Yeah, brilliant. And look, we're right in the middle of, we're nearing in the kind of sort of latter stage of the season, but it's been pretty exciting. The big high profile meetings, that's where you want to be at. The join up with Mark Johnson, just want to talk quickly about the horse that you won on State of Bliss. This horse looks pretty progressive, but he also looks like another like out and out stayer for Mark Johnson as well. He's got a couple of options at York this week. The feel he gave to you looked like the further he went, the better he went. So another step up in trip, even though he's gone up in the handicap, that looks like there for the taking for him.
That's it, completely agree. He has 2 entries. He's in the Sky Bet on Friday and the Melrose Handicap Saturday. The Melrose is stepping up to 1.6 miles. But look, the way he finished his race at Ascot over 1.5 miles the last day, it was very impressive. And as you say, the further he went, the better he got. So you wouldn't shy away from either races. I'm unsure where he'll go, but he's a horse I'm really excited to sit on again.
So as you're saying, obviously he's got 2 options, but then what happens for you as a jockey? You keep yourself available and open to other options that could come, because there's races like the Ebor, and also being a Saturday, plenty of other race meetings, so you could pick up some other nice rides. Is that the idea?
Definitely, yeah, 100%. Like, I think I'm obviously penciled down at York on him on the Friday and Saturday, so hopefully that'll just make trainers aware that I'm going to be there. And we'll obviously, you know, York being the big meeting is, we'll try and aim for there, I think. But obviously, if I end up going elsewhere, we can maybe get a few other rides. But hopefully, I'd like to say I'll be at York Friday, Saturday.
Brilliant. And another competition which is picking up a lot of pace in terms of the media coverage is getting, and it's great for you know, younger generations, is the racing league. And I see you got some really nice rides at Windsor. Is there anything that's sticking out? Because I know that you're back with George Bowie in terms of, you know, a combination to really follow when you guys are partnered up.
Yeah, like the racing league's great fun, and I've got a good few rides at Windsor. The main standout would be Air to Air. I was very unlucky on him at Doncaster last day. I got stopped and running twice, and he was really doing his best but over the line. So we almost had to put a line through it. It was a very disappointing day. I think I would have been sitting on the winner had I got some luck in running. So look, I'm very much looking forward to get back on him again.
Great. And a quick word on George, because it's been like a crazy year for him too. So young, so motivated, got some brilliant horses, and they seem to be picking up steam that he's going off the sales, buying more and more horses. But that must be quite an exciting place to go in and ride out for.
It really is. I've been running there a good few months now, and we had a really good start together. I think I've actually can't remember how many winners we've had together, but he's been a great boost for my career. And he's really proven himself as a trainer. There's new horses in the yard every time I go in. And you know, he's a year older than me. Like he's very easy to deal with, and they've got a great team. So I look forward to going and riding out there every week. And look, I think he's only going to keep producing bigger and better things. So I'm quite lucky to be a little part of that.
Yeah, I see at the moment the stats are telling me you got 8 winners for him at the moment, which is a pretty good stat considering you've got, I think you're on 21 winners of the season. Is that right?
I think that's about right. Yeah.
So nearly half coming from George. He's a great man to follow. And in terms, we're obviously at the midpoint, as I said, of the summer, like seriously good racing. As a racing, obviously, fan and of an interest that you have as well to what's going on at York and stuff, are there any horses that you're really looking forward to seeing at the Ebor Festival coming up this week?
Yeah, definitely. I'm really looking forward to see Mishriff, Love and Alcohol Free battle it out again together. Obviously, I think they were just saying Love probably wasn't at her full fitness her last run, so you'd like to see her come on again. I think that would be really tough. Also in the Yorkshire Oaks, Snowfall, wonderful tonight. I think that'll be a serious battle. Only question mark, obviously, wonderful tonight. All the best forms come on slow ground, and it's good there at the moment, and it looks to be drying out with no rain due to the end of the week. So that might just change that race up a little bit. But she was very impressive at Goodwood the last day, having been keen as well. So I think she's a filly. You know, she's obviously very, very classy. So I look forward to watching that.
Yeah, and as a jockey riding York, it's a lovely, beautiful, fair track, galloping track. Is it a track that you've had much success at? Is it a track that you like in particular?
Yeah, I really like York. As you say, it's straightforward. It's a big galloping track. The best horse, you know, generally wins. You can't get too tactical, and so like it's fair, and there's always a great crowd there. Now we have crowds back, it'll be even more enjoyable. But look, it's a lovely place to go and ride. It really is.
Brilliant. Well, as I said, we're so delighted to have you on board with us. And we're at 17th of August at the moment. In terms of end of the year targets, do you set yourself any targets before the season proper ends?
Well, look, I would always give myself, you know, I have to reach a certain amount of winners. But this year, because things have just been picking back up again, I think my best season was 81. So like every season I'm out to top that. But it's really just keeping the ball rolling and hopefully just have a continued flow of winners and building up new connections. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, it's we were talking to your fellow ambassador Richard Kingscott about it being a different season for lots of most jockeys because of only having one meeting that you go to now instead of the two. But that's probably helped jockeys because you can get a full book of rides instead of going 2 at one and 2 at another. Do you feel like that might have helped you out as well?
I think it definitely has. You're down at that meeting then, and you're there. There's no leaving early to go and try and ride elsewhere, and it can really help you pick up nearly a full book of rides the odd day. But it certainly helps. It's tough for everybody. But certainly being at one meeting, it's easier. You're not driving as much as well. You're not rushing off to try and get to another meeting, or should I ride for this trainer or that trainer? But yeah, it's certainly helped pick things up, I think, for jockey wise.
Brilliant. Well, we look forward to following you as our SBK ambassador. Very proud of that. Air to Air on Thursday and State of Bliss wherever he goes, either Friday or Saturday, and we'll look out for all your accompanying rides as well. So thank you, Nicola, and we'll definitely we'll come back and review what's happened and look ahead to the rest of the season together as well.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.